Boxing is back with the IBO World Light Heavyweight Championship. Can Suarez take the belt? Or will one of Britain's brightest prospects, Lyndon Arthur, seize victory? Big Fight Live, Arthur versus Suarez, Friday at 10 on Channel 5.
This is Colin McGuigan for AFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast, joined here in Belfast at the Lopez Condon press conference by the one and only Pody the Hammer Mccrory. Pody, good to be back.
Yes, mate, it's good to see that big time boxing's back in Belfast again, and it's a pleasure to be part of that.
Obviously, Pody, you've had a mental 12 months. You've just recently vacated the light heavyweight IBO world title, who Lyndon Arthur will fight for tomorrow night, in Bolton. Obviously, that was a big achievement for you. You've moved on, you're back down to super middleweight. This fight obviously then at super middleweight in Belfast, and you're going to be on the Lopez Condon undercard.
Yeah, obviously winning the light heavyweight title, it gave me options. A few things came from that, but just didn't suit, and making the weight was a bit too easy. I had a look at a few of the guys that were up there, and they were probably a wee bit too big, so moving down was the right move. And now it looks like we're going to get an elimination fight here in Belfast, which is going to be massive for me.
In terms of an elimination fight, what type of targets have you spoke to Jamie about for this fight? Who do you think it's going to be against, and does this catapult you onto a totally different stratosphere in terms of your career over the next 6 to 12 months?
Yeah, well, from what I hear, I'm going to be fairly high up the card, and it's going to be live on BT Sport, which is brilliant for me. There's been a few names mentioned. Falcao was one of them. I think we had a deal in principle, which I think is now off, but I think a couple of names that have been mentioned to me are much more exciting, and I think once we get them announced, it's going to add a massive fight till they go already a massive card.
You've mentioned there a massive fight. A name that's been thrown about is Mark Heffron. Obviously he's with Frank Warren. Makes sense possibly that this goes on the show as a co-promotion with Queensberry and being on BT Sport. Is that a fight you would welcome and a fight that you think you would win? Yeah,
it's a fight the guy would welcome. Mark's on, I think he's on a 4-win the knockout streak. He's doing very well. He's a fighter that I've watched for a while because I'd be friendly with one of his best friends. I was in his gym last year sparring. I wasn't sparring him, but I was sparring. I like Mark, but I think it's a great fight, a great addition to the card if that happens. But there's a few obstacles first. At this stage, it isn't just as he is saying, me and him's going to fight. There's negotiations that need to go on. But I'm very open to that fight.
If it was Mark Heffron, and we're talking hypothetical situation here, how do you think you break him down and beat him, and what do you think that he maybe does that you can catapult on him? What you would do better than him in this fight?
I don't know. I think one of the advantages will be my size. I'm a big super middleweight. Mark's obviously last year he was a middleweight, so that's a big advantage. He's a lot of knockouts. But I'm renowned for power as well. I think it's going to be an exciting fight for the fans if it comes off. But it's a fight that I'm confident I'm winning. Mark's a bit more experienced than me, but I'm older. And it's one of these things that the winner of this fight that goes on and potentially fights for a world title.
You've spoke about the winner of this fight and what the possibilities are. What really is the end goal for Pody Mccrory towards the end of this year? And where do you see yourself at the end of this year if you do win this type of fight?
Challenging for a world title. There's a lot of massive fights out there.
Give me some of the names of the fights that you think that are realistic for Pody Mccrory by the end of 2023.
Well, if I win this fight, it's an elimination fight. Dave Morrell's, it's the obvious choice. I hear rumours who he's going to fight next, so I can fight the winner of that. If you look at the very top of the scale, you're looking at Berlanga, you're looking at Plant and Benavides, who are massive fights, and it sounds a bit crazy for me to be saying them names, but I'm in that position now where I got to speak about these men. I'm ranked among them, and if we get the right offers, I'm more than happy to travel anywhere in the world.
Pody, thanks for your time. We'll look forward to speaking to you on Fight Week in Belfast. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Colin. Cheers.
Because I refuse to not be first.
Do we do enough? Well, I never shut up about it.
It must have been about 17. We nicked their guilt rings. Right, the bouncer's guilt ring.
This is no good for me. That's the reality. If you want the honest truth, and I see it every day,